How's it going today, everyone? You're listening to Mictlan City, and this is your host, Colin Schmidt. So, I'm going to do a talk on Zettelkasten notes, which is basically the ultimate thought hard drive. And what it is Zettel means slip box, and Kasten means notes, so it's slip box notes. And essentially, what they are is you have basically you have a small slip and you're able to keep these in a small box with you. And when you're just out in the field or out doing whichever, you can record small things that happen. And especially as you get new information, you can kind of write down what links together that you know already. And what these are is these are molecules of thoughts that you have. And as you connect them, you can make like bigger connections with things, and you can use them later to make content, to write reports, to just record good stuff that you need to know, and then you can use them for the radio bit like I am. And so from there, as you start to collect more notes, and it can feel overwhelming at first, but you can make this free flowing, and then you can start to keep a collection of these as such. So, like I showed before, I got a little box I keep with me just when I'm out and about, and I keep a pen in the top, and then these are all blank notes because I have been putting them into this box and just listing them out. So I started this, like, I've done this here and there throughout my life, but I started a new one about a few months ago. And so we have radio station, we have agriculture in the back, and then we have a few more, life, and then I worked in the marijuana industry for a bit, so we have one on that. But for example, I have a bunch in the radio station ones, so if I just pick these up, then when I'm writing content or doing other stuff, keeping notes for things I see when I'm checking out my library, can even start putting stuff down like a monthly and weekly playlist, which I did, and then stuff for the library and the MT413, and even stuff that I read from the books in this. As you see, I put a little note on which index I got this from in the MT413, the West Australia Survival Police book that I have in there. And the way these are formed is you have your unique identifier in the top, which is this right here. And then you can put, like, say AGI for agriculture, or carp for carpentry, then one, and then any note that relates to this particular note. And you'll pick this up as you write some more of these down. You can put an A if it links up, and then if it goes further, like it shows in the back, so it would go like 0, 1, 2, 3, then you would put 1A and B, and any thoughts that link to those subnotes, you would put another number as part of it. And you can write a few different subjects in one lecture. You can record a few different slip boxes for one lecture, and then you can use them later. Like I said, I used this as my talking points for the video, and then you can also keep them with your other notes. And as you see here, I kept them with my Ace of Hearts Codex, which I have published on Lulu, and stuff like just notes that I kept throughout it. And then you can link them with all the other stuff you do. So, furthermore, when you spread them out, that's when it starts to make magic. Like I was showing before, I'm just going to show that again. Then you can start to make connections, helps you with your reports, with your content, and just keeping track of cool stuff you see along the way. You can use this for your hobbies too. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. And I also wanted to point out, notice how I brought my Ace of Hearts Codex out? So check out the Convent section. I'm doing a translation on the one of the Sagradas for the Santisima Muerte, and hope you enjoy. I got up to section 5 done from the Santisima, and just it has everything up to like how the altars are set, and how like what kinds of things you would present to the altar, the history of Santa Muerte, and the and like the commandments that you would follow if you were to follow the religion. And this isn't a drive to call people to worship the Santisma, but even if you're not into like religion, it's still a really cool read. And I promise it's probably not something you guys have read too much before, just because it's like countries away. So, hope you're enjoying the channel. Take her easy.